Hello my retro friends, thank you for finding my channel, Mike the Retro Realtor. Today we're going to do a real estate video. So you're a first time buyer, but I had an interesting experience this past week. Picked up a new buyer. He wanted to buy a duplex his first time out. Now I'm a big fan of this move. I think it's a good idea because it's a long-term wealth building move. It's never a bad idea to have six-figure assets that in general appreciate. So there's been a couple of events recently that made duplexes, though still expensive like all real estate these days, more affordable than a single family and maybe even an option you might want to look at. Some people say, I don't want a neighbor. That's the end of the conversation. Fine. Single family it is. Done. But now they recently changed for a conventional loan. It used to be 15% down to buy a owner-occupied duplex. Now it's only 5%. So now you're in the FHA range, but you don't have to deal with PMI being attached to your property the whole term of the loan. If you buy conventional, PMI, principal mortgage insurance, will fall off at 20% loan to value, and that can be $100, $150 plus. So that is a factor to keep in mind. So, but taking this gentleman out, he had inventory to pick from. Now he had a nice budget. He was a $300,000 to $400,000 buyer. He didn't have to do any moves like give away all the contingencies. He didn't have to overbid, and he did write a strong offer. He wasn't playing games. He did get the house. 6 hours later, he had an accepted offer. It was on the market for about 40 days. So a lot of people stopped looking at it, but 30 some of those days was with a buyer who could not complete the contract, and the deal fell through last minute. This worked out really well for my buyer because, one, people generally only look at brand new listings. So if a house doesn't sell in the first couple of days, I as a listing agent, I actually get very concerned myself. And another thing is this buyer did do an inspection. So in Wisconsin, if there's an inspection report on file, the listing agent is obligated to share that inspection report. He worked out there. I mean, so not only was he able to do an inspection, he saved himself $400 or $500 by not having to pay for it. You are welcome to do an inspection if you are not satisfied with the inspection report. But we all looked it over, we discussed it, and this looked like a very typical inspection. And the sellers, to their credit, did make some repairs and adjustments to the property prior to the first deal falling through. So my buyer got the advantage of having those repairs already made. So we marched in there with a solid offer. Didn't need to do an inspection, but I still feel good because there's an inspection report on file. If you're willing to look at duplexes, the cost of entry is very low. And the reason why I mentioned cost of entry being low is a good thing. Having money in the bank is always a good thing to have when you're buying property. Well, Mike, I don't want to pay all this interest. I go, that's fine. You can make $10,000 monthly payments if you like. Owner and non-occupied interest rates are about 8-9%. Now we're in that range. I make the equivalent of quadruple payments when it comes to principal. So I pay extra hundreds and hundreds of dollars every single month on all my new investment properties. If you're willing to put up with having a tenant, you will be collecting half, a third of your mortgage will be paid for by your tenant. Just screen. If you're not at all not comfortable with it, bring in a property manager to at least find a qualified tenant. If you get a good tenant, now that's always a big if, but this will work out really well, and long term, you can probably still buy a single family and not have to sell the duplex. If not, time the market right, and your duplex should have appreciated even from this market. Keep an eye out for my other videos for common sense real estate advice in real time here in the Milwaukee area with a flair for nostalgia. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like my video, please like and subscribe to keep up with the newest videos. And as always, keep it retro, my friends.